eyes of the world will be on Miami this Sunday for Super Bowl 54 between the 49ers and the Chiefs. The eyes of Arkansas will be on one of our own. Hayden Balagavi joins us now. And Hayden, no matter which team you're pulling for, we're all pulling for Dre Greenlaw.
Oh man, one of the best stories to ever come out of Arkansas, Craig. At one point in his life, Dre Greenlaw didn't have a place to call home. And now, on the world's biggest stage in sports, every Arkansan claims him as one of us.
2, 1, happy Super Bowl!
Sunday night, the bright lights of South Beach will host the biggest sporting event in the world, Super Bowl 54. Every player's journey to this moment is difficult, but you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who took a harder path than Dre Greenlaw.
He was a little snot. He was a talented kid, real raw, very kind of like a wild Mustang out on the prairie. I mean, just hard to tame.
Daryl Patton coached Greenlaw during his time at Fayetteville. Dre's journey has been well documented over the years, bouncing from foster homes to eventually his permanent one with then assistant coach Brian Early and his wife Nancy.
When he was in 9th grade, you'd have never dreamed that he'd be where he's at today, but just a lot of perseverance and love.
Dre's journey on the field nearly led him away from Arkansas. That is until one Friday night his senior season.
I talked to Coach Beelam a million times and I said, "You're making a mistake. This kid's unbelievable. You need to offer him." And the night that Rob Smith, the defense coordinator, he came to Southside to watch him play. And Dre, showed out. He had three interceptions, some of the highlight catches, great tackles. And after the game, I was talking to Coach Smith, and he's just like, "Wow, we were missing the boat."
Greenlaw played 38 games in his 4-year career with the Hogs, recording 321 tackles, 4 sacks, and 3 interceptions.
Overachieved in a lot of people's eyes, and he's going to the NFL. A lot of people didn't think he'd make it, 5th-round draft pick, and all he's done is prove people wrong, and just very, very proud of him.
I never imagined wearing an NFC Championship T-shirt, man. I never, my growing up, man, I wanted to play in the NFL. It was never necessarily I wanted to go to a Super Bowl. I really didn't know what that means.
As Greenlaw approaches the biggest game of his life, his old high school coach couldn't help but give him a final few words of encouragement or something like that.
I talked to him on Monday, and he said he was going to go get that MVP. And I said, "Man, you do it, and then you make sure you tell everybody Coach Patton taught you all those things." He laughed. He said, "We'll do," but he, don't hold that against him. He may do it.
I don't know, man. It's just some you never really dreamed of. It's not too many people that just go to the Super Bowl.
It seems like freshman Quincey McAdoo can do it all. He switched from wide receiver to defensive back midway through this season, and he's excelled at it. I caught up with the former Clarendon Standouts family to learn more about the true freshman. Quincey McAdoo started playing football at 4 years old. His mom, LaTanya, holding McAdoo's niece, says he did whatever it took to play.
The Pee Wee football field was across the street, and they would get in trouble going over there every day because they were too young to play. Until finally the Coach Poole, said, "Let them come, just let them come."
Like many young Arkansans, McAdoo dreamed of playing for the Hogs, so he trained to achieve that goal.
I used to work at a factory, and sometimes we had to be at work 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, so they would make me get up at 2, and he would be in the garage with his weight set, working out. When I would come home in the evening time, it'd be about 4, and he's running the yard with his parachute. He has a little brother, and sometimes they'll race.
At first, McAdoo was committed to Florida State, but being close to family was important. When Arkansas head coach Sam Pittman got on the recruiting trail, he gave McAdoo a call.
And he just handed me the phone, and I was like, "Who is this?" He said, "It's Pittman." And so here I am, no other choice but to talk to the man now. And then once I talked to him, he set up everything, we did a visit, and I was happy he was staying home.
McAdoo was recruited as a wide receiver, but he switched to defensive back this year.
He called and said, "Mama, what you think about me going to defense, going to the other side?" And I was like, "Well, that's not what we got recruited for." And he said, "Mama, mentally, you said take care of my mental. And as long as I'm healthy mentally, everything else is all right. And I'm not okay mentally being on the sideline. I know I can go and help in defense."
Our DB room was getting a little, everybody was hurt. So I knew I played defense in high school, and I felt like I could contribute. So I asked Coach Pitt what was his thoughts on me playing defense, just for the remainder of the year, and we here.
The former Clarendon star made his college cornerback debut against Liberty. The Hogs lost that game, but he shined. He blocked a punt for a safety, broke up a pass in the end zone, and intercepted Liberty quarterback Jonathan Bennett. McAdoo wants to show other small-town kids that they can play at the highest level too.
I come from Clarendon, man. We don't really get people to make it into college, not even just football, just make it into college. It was a dream come true for me, for sure. That's what really pushed me. Come from small town, that's all you got. Everybody in the stands, it just felt like I was back at home.
Being a parent of a dedicated athlete isn't easy with traveling, practices, and games, but LaTanya says to just stick with it.
But for every single parent, and I know it's hard. I know it's hard. I know we're tired and this and that. Just do it. You don't know what you're raising. You really don't. And so there was time when I would be getting off at work and it's 5 and 6 and we have to be such and such. Well, we just did it. And it worked out.
Tight end Hunter Henry is everything the Arkansas football program looks for in a homegrown hog. But his journey to the top has been a humbling experience for him and his family.
I still remember playing in the backyard and front yard with my dad, wearing his jersey that he played here, just dreaming of the day that, hopefully I can put that jersey on and run out of the A and, hopefully just play a game here.
Little Rock native Hunter Henry's time at Arkansas has been a dream come true.
It's a blessing. I mean, it's unreal. I never really thought I would be in this situation, to be honest, sitting, in high school.
Just ready to, I'm joining the family. And now we're going to start, I'm going to be out there recruiting everybody.
The former Pulaski Academy star has been all hog through thick and thin.
It's been an incredible ride. There wasn't a lot of things go our way a lot of times, but I wouldn't trade it for the world.
When Bielema was hired, Henry was the first guy he called to make sure he stick with the Hogs.
He's not a guy that's just above everybody else. I mean, he's kind of right there with us in the trenches, kind of, going through everything with us.
While Bielema led the troops, Henry helped Arkansas get their swagger back.
Everybody thinks that 4th and 25 play was a miracle. To me, that was just a small step into what we're all about.
Some of the dominance we've had is because of him. He's such a playmaker and can get himself open and does so many things well. And I don't think he's ever dropped the ball either, so that's kind of a big thing for him. He catches it so well.
So well, Henry has become one of the most decorated players in program history. He picked up the John Mackey Award, which honors the top tight end in college football.
And it's fun to be a part of, just the Razorbacks and, Arkansas.
It was fun to watch you play, that's for sure.
He's also received first-team All-American nods from the AFCA, AP, Sporting News, and the Walter Camp Foundation.
To, have all this kind of come true, and it really kind of is a testament to hard work really does pay off, because I really have worked hard for this. I do a lot of things behind closed doors that a lot of people don't see.
As for now, Henry has a huge decision on his hands: stay in college or go to the NFL.
Coming back or leaving, I really don't know a decision at this moment.
And what we've tried to do is give him as much information as we possibly can.
Still don't know what he's doing. I'm trying to get the inside scoop on if he's staying or leaving, but he won't even tell me. So, obviously our relationship isn't that close. He won't even trust me with that. But
wherever he may land, he'll always be that kid who just wanted a chance to run out of the A.
I know God that will lead me. He'll lead me to what I need to do. In my life, he's led me many different places, and so I know that in the end, he's gonna put it in my stomach, put it in my heart, the right thing to do.
Razorback fans recognize the greatness of wide receiver and Warren native Treylon Burks. He has the 6th most receiving yards in school history with 2,399. Burks will hope to hear his name called tonight at the NFL draft, where he's a projected first-round pick. He was invited to the draft in Las Vegas, but decided to stay in Arkansas for the big moment. In fact, he went fishing and turkey hunting this morning. He plans to be at a watch party in Searcy tonight.
I don't look at it as being like a top prospect or anything. I just look at a kid chasing his dream and, wanting to make his family proud.
His coach from Warren High School, Bo Hembry, says any team will be lucky to have Treylon.
He's high character. He's a team guy. Whoever gets him is going to get a steal no matter where they draft him, just because He's always going to put the team first. He's going to make that team better, and they're going to really like him as a kid and as a player. And he's just different. I mean, he's different than most people. He's just a country kid that loves to hunt and fish and play football.
Burks will look to join the group of Greg Childs, Jarius Wright, and Chris Gregg as players from the small town of Warren to get drafted into the NFL.
Before Jeremy Sprinkle was a star at Arkansas,
it's a live shot of Jeremy extending the ball to the goal line.
he was a Whitehall Bulldog. Head football coach Mike Vaughn still remembers him as a freshman.
Tall, skinny guy.
He stood out immediately.
So we knew at that point he's going to be a good athlete.
Sprinkle made noise at Razorback Stadium, but at Whitehall, he wasn't much of a talker.
You would think a guy that big and that talented would be one of those guys who would chirp a lot.
Sprinkle was a two-way player.
Played defensive end for us and then, of course, wide receiver.
You'd hear his name more on defense because he was a wideout playing in a flexbone offense where you mostly run the ball up until his senior year.
After the middle of the third ball game, we realized that we were 0-2.
Coach Vaughn had to make a change.
So we went to the spread at halftime.
And everything started to click.
And from that point on, we were 9-0, won the conference undefeated.
And Sprinkle started turning heads.
I mean, everything he threw up, he caught.
Sprinkle caught Arkansas coaches' eyes at summer camp after he graduated high school.
They worked him on defense the entire camp, and he was defensive player of the camp.
Up until the final hour.
Coach Horton asked Coach Petrino to look at him on offense. And they brought him down the last hour, and he ran 3 or 4 routes. And after the 4th route, he told Coach Horton to offer him.
Sprinkle, who finished with 71 career passes for 921 yards and 11 touchdowns as a Hog, and is about to be taken in the 4th or 5th round of the NFL draft, almost missed his shot to be a Razorback. But now he's an example to every Whitehall football player.
Their kids something to look at and aspire to be, you might say.
Hard work pays off.
He stands for everything that's right.
It's been 5 years. I've been here for, I feel like, ages. You know, it's all I really know.
He's been treated unfairly a lot of times, and he's very resilient. And I think the guy's had an unbelievable year. He's been one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
A lot of people can't say they've been through some of the stuff we've been through. Getting a quarterback guy, a legit quarterback that played quarterback to come and coach me has been huge for me and really beneficial.
Unless you played the position, I mean, you can sit there as a coach and talk all you want about this or that, but if you've never had to do it, sometimes you don't really know how hard some of the things are to do. You know, I've been there and understand that it's a difficult thing to do.
You put so much into it, you know, playing from 2nd grade on, and you really kind of put all your chips in the basket whenever you're trying to go to the NFL, and you don't want to leave anything behind. It's hard to say, but you know, I'm going to take it one step at a time. Whatever comes my way, whatever opportunity I get or don't get, you know, I'm going to make the best of it.